Hello students, today we are going to cover some important topics under the chapter 6. So we are going to learn about input stream reader class and scanner class and its uses, and math class in Java, and gem statements in Java, right? So these are very important topics, so pay attention to this video. Okay, here we are going to discuss about the input stream reader class. I know this class is a familiar one for you, right? So you are using this input stream reader class, I think starting from the class 9, right? So this class belongs to the java.io package. So if you want to make use of this input stream reader class, you need to import the java.io package. You know how to import a package in Java, right? You use the statement import that package name. So here you can see in the example import java.io.star, which means you are importing all the classes under the IO package in your particular program. And also here you can see how we are creating the input stream reader class object. So you can see in the example input stream reader, then object name IR is equal to new input stream reader of system.in. So in order to read a data or in order to read an input, we also create an object of the buffered read class. Buffered reader BR is equal to new buffered reader, right? So if you want to get an input from the input using input stream reader class, you have to create two objects, one for the input stream reader class and another for the buffered reader class. Okay. Okay, here you can see the syntax to accept the data values. Suppose if you want to accept an integer, so please note that the size of the integer is 32 bits, that is 4 bytes, right? So you can see that integer.parseIn is our input stream reader object. So integer.parseIn.readLine, right? Then for accepting a long input, so we have to use n is equal to long.parseLong in.readLine. So this parseIn, parseLong or parseFloat, these are the methods under the wrapper classes. So parse.int is a method under the integer wrapper class. ParseLong is a method under the long wrapper class, and parseFloat is a method under the float wrapper class. So why we need to use these parseInt methods or parse methods to get an input from the user? The reason is the input we are getting through the input stream reader class. The input we are getting through the input stream reader class is a string type by default. So when we use that input stream reader class to accept the input, it accept the input in the form of a string. For that purpose, we are converting our input into our desired type. For example, if I want to accept the input as integer form, so I use integer.parseInt. Suppose I want to use it as long form, I use long.parseLong. Okay. Suppose if you want to accept a double input type, so we have to use double.parse double of in.readLine. So you can see the lines of code for accepting a character input. Also, to accept a string type of input, that also you can see here. Next class is the scanner class. Scanner class is also nowadays you can see that we are using scanner class more than the input stream classes. The reason is that the scanner class is very easy to use, right? So this scanner class is used to read from files and strings also. The advantage of scanner class is that it helps us to divide the input into tokens, and these tokens can be processed separately. Suppose if you want to use the scanner class, you have to import the package, import java.util.scanner, right? The scanner is one of the classes of the util package, right? And here you can see the sample code for creating a scanner class object. Scanner sc is equal to new scanner of system.in. Okay, here you can see that how we can invoke scanner class object in different situations, right? The first one, scanner of file source, it is for reading a file content. Scanner input stream source, actually it is for getting input through the keyboard. And scanner readable source, it is used for reading the data or reading the content from a particular source. Scanner string source, where this is used for getting the input from a specified string. There are some new terms we come across when we discussed about the scanner class. One of them is token. So token associated with we have a definition, right? The smallest individual unit. But a token associated with the scanner class, you can say it is a block of text, right? So it could be anything. So is a part of a structured text, right? Then delimiter. So delimiter actually is a character used to separate the tokens. So delimiter is a character used to separate the tokens. Okay. Please read the more information about the delimiter on the screen. Can give you some time. Okay. In most of the cases, you can see that the delimiters are a special character like a white space or a enter key. In the case of input stream reader, the default delimiter is the enter character or the next line character. In the case of the scanner class, the default delimiter is white space. White space means the normal space, right? The delimiters we used in scanner class. The default one is the white space, right? Here you can see an example. So here we are trying to get two input values from the user, and that value is getting stored in the variables m and n, right? Suppose you provide the input as 27, there's a space, and 28, and you are providing those input in the same line, right? So in the case of the scanner class, the delimiter is white space. So the scanner class can accept int m is equal to 27 and int n is equal to 28. The reason is that in the case of the scanner class, the space is the delimiter. Here you can see the lines of code of reading input from the user or getting input from the user, right? So you can see that here we are accepting an integer type of input from the user. Okay, here you can see the next methods, that is the methods under the scanner class. These methods are called the next methods. You can see it is self-explanatory, because you can see that first method is named as string next. It is for reading a single word from the user, or getting a single string value from the input or from the keyboard. Then next one is next boolean. So it is for accepting a boolean value. Next byte, it is for accepting a byte. And similarly you can see that next long, it is for accepting a long value. Next short is there. Then we have one important one, it is next line. Okay, the advantage of next line is that it may read, the advantage of next line is that it may read the whole string, ignoring the white space or ignoring the delimiter. It read the whole line. Suppose if you want to provide a string value as India is my country, and that sentence you need to store in a single string. That is possible when we use string next line method, right? So I request you to please read the chapter number, read the page number 175 of your textbook. Okay, so please read page number 175 of your textbook. I'm talking about the new textbook. Okay, so it is on the page number 175. The same can be found on the old textbooks also. I don't remember the page number. Okay. Okay, here you can see the sample code for accepting various type of inputs from the user using the scanner class. First one is for accepting a sentence. Second one is for accepting an integer input. Third one accepting a float input. And fourth one accepting a long input. And fifth one accepting a double input. Okay.